All right, more with our roundtable now. I want to turn to Iraq. The president says he's considering possible airstrikes against this al-Qaeda-affiliated group in Iraq. Donna, he says he's reviewing his options. Is the president moving too slow on this? I mean, John Boehner said he was asleep.
Well, how can you move slow on this crisis? This is a setback, no question about it. After trillions of dollars that we spent training the Iraqi army, trying to stabilize the country, there's no question it's a setback. But the problem is we have a ally, or so-called ally, Mr. Maliki, who's not doing his job as president. He's alienated the Sunni minority population. He's given Iran a foothold into coming into Iraq. This is a disaster in the making. But ISIS, they're picking up support from the Sunni minorities population who feel like they've been alienated, they've been abandoned, and that's why they've taken up arms with this jihadist group.
It is a disaster. Donna's right. And it's a disaster, unfortunately, made possible, or certainly made more likely, by our ridiculous and total withdrawal from Iraq in 2011. President Obama said 2 days before Election Day in 2012, al-Qaeda's on the path to defeat. The war in Iraq is over. That was enough to get him reelected. But how does it look today? Al-Qaeda's on the path to defeat. The war in Iraq is over. Neither is true, and it's a disaster for our country.
Look, we shouldn't have been there in the first place. I voted against the incursion in Iraq. We said then, they said, and Bill knows this, we were going to be welcomed as liberators. We weren't. They said that it was going to be paid for. It wasn't paid for. The fact is that we should have never have been there. This is a centuries-old fight between Sunnis and Shia. And even President Bush couldn't even tell you the difference between the two, and yet we had a military. We shouldn't have been there. We shouldn't have sent our American men and women there.
Yes or no question. Does the president have the authorization should he decide to go forward?
I believe that the vote in 2002, which I voted against, but I will respect my minority. I believe that is still standing. But I got to tell you something. What is but the real question, John,
is you think it'd be a mistake to do it?
Who are we going to bomb? If we bomb al-Qaeda, we help Iran.
I think Congressman Gutierrez is closer to the Republican grassroots on this issue than the Republican leadership is. I think there's a realignment in politics, and I think he's on to something.
Thanks, everyone.